Hi, I'm Patti Cotton. I'm an executive coach, and I work primarily with executives, business owners, and other decision makers. I have an interesting background. I have an international experience in diplomatic service, actually. In my 20s to 30s, my husband and I were in diplomatic service for the Swiss government, and we were stationed at the UN together and a couple of other embassies. It was a lot of fun, but I think what that helped me to do more than having a lot of fun was to actually understand how the different cultures work together and how important leadership is to the health and well-being of countries and its citizens. So that was phenomenal. Now, when I came back, I decided to go into nonprofit work. I am a seventh generation business owner. My father developed a whole healthcare system and convalescent homes, assisted livings, and all kinds of things in his early 30s. And it's just in us. The entrepreneurial spirit is in us. But I had three small boys, and I knew that I needed to work and get a steady paycheck. So I got into healthcare, and I decided to underemploy myself so I could go home in the afternoons. I just took a part-time secretarial and go home in the afternoons and be with the kids. But the institution didn't see it that way. So in the space of 6 years, I had been elevated from part-time secretary to actually the chief development officer of a 5-hospital healthcare system. And I did have the background and experience to do that because of my past leadership experience in working with Fortune 500 companies as well as diplomatic service over in Europe. I just hadn't expected it. So it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I'm very grateful for those years. One of the things that I discovered I was extremely good at was strategic planning. And the institution, the organization had asked me to raise an impossible sum of money that they'd never been able to pull off in the 100 years they existed. But stupidly I said yes, naively I said yes. And so what I did was huddle and come up with a strategic plan that I designed and then hired the people and taught them how to do it. This was a little bit of a challenge, Richard. This was a little bit of a challenge because I was asked to hire young people. Now, if you know anything about development, you know that you have to have seasoned professionals interfacing to develop business and relationships out there in the community. But here I was, having been mandated with hiring people out of college. But I did. And what was fun about that, what I discovered was fun about that, was that I taught them how to work the strategic plan. And in the process, I saw the leadership skills they needed to develop. In other words, as they started to take action, I was able to mentor them in how to use their approaches to be effective. So the bottom line, after 5 years, was that we did not raise the $13.5 million I had been commissioned to do. We raised $23.1 million. Now, that was just exciting and such fun, but I will tell you that this girl is an overachiever. I'm a recovering overachiever. So in the process, I started to get burned out just hitting bigger and bigger goals. I decided to go back to school because I'm also a lifetime learner. So I went back to school, got another master's, and this time it was in organizational development and management. And I love that because it brings all of the elements of business, psychology, HR, law, everything together. I'm a Renaissance woman, so I'm a big picture person. In that master's, there was a year-long track in executive coaching, and I decided to do that. And the first class I took, at the very first session, I actually started crying. I thought, you know what? I've come home. Why did I not know about this? This is what I was meant to do. This is my calling. So I decided that I would jump out of corporate, and I was kind and responsible in letting them know ahead of time, but did jump out of corporate to form my own firm and have been helping to develop potential for people all around the world ever since. I love my job.